On September 10th, 1999, inspired by the city's famous mention in the Eagles song Take It Easy, Standin on the Corner Park opens in Winslow, Arizona, a town located on historic Route 66, the famous cross-country highway constructed in 1926. The Eagles are the embodiment of the Southern California folk rock sound. This was evident from the band's earliest days with its first single, Take It Easy, which was featured on the group's self-titled debut album, released in May 1972. Singer-songwriter Jackson Browne started writing Take It Easy in 1971. He had originally planned to include the song on his own 1972 debut album, but had been unable to finish it. Browne was sharing a Los Angeles apartment with Eagles guitarist and singer Glenn Frey at the time. Frey had heard Browne working on the tune, and sometime later asked him about it. Browne started playing the song for Frey, but told him he was stuck. Frey helped him finish it, and it became the perfect opening song for the Eagles' first album, with Frey handling the lead vocals. So where did the famous lines about standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona come from? According to the Arizona Department of Transportation, Jackson Browne was driving west along Route 66 heading to Sedona when his car broke down in Winslow. It was then that he stood on a corner, presumably waiting for a tow or a jump. But what about the girl in a flatbed Ford who slowed down to look at him? Well, in an interview with the LA Times, Browne explained that the idea actually came from Flagstaff, Arizona, located on Route 66, about 60 miles west of Winslow. It was there that a woman pulled out of the Wiener Schnitzel hot dog stand in a Toyota truck. The image stuck with Browne, and he related the story to Frey, who helped him adapt it into the song. The Flagstaff Wiener Schnitzel is still a hot dog stand today, but it's now called the Dog Haus, and it looks much the way it did back in the 1970s, with its signature A-frame roof. Constructing Standing on the Corner Park was a stroke of genius for Winslow, as it has become something of a pilgrimage site for travelers driving along Interstate 40. It features a statue of a man, presumably Jackson Browne, standing on a corner with a guitar, and a mural behind him that prominently displays the name of the town. The mural was on the side of a building that was damaged by fire in 2004. Only the mural wall still stands. In September 2016, another statue was unveiled at the park. This one of Frey, below a street sign that reads Glenn Frey Drive. Frey had died earlier that year at age 67. The flatbed Ford appears in two different locations at Standin on the Corner Park. First as a reflection in the window of the mural, and second as an actual flatbed Ford truck parked near the corner. Mrs. Lewis and I visited northern Arizona with our dogs over Labor Day weekend in 2025. We made sure to pick up some tasty hot dogs in Flagstaff as we made our way through the Dog Haus's unusual drive-thru, where there is a sign in the window relating the story of how the building is connected to the song Take It Easy. We also made our own pilgrimage to Winslow. We were the first ones there, arriving around 8 a.m. It didn't take long for dozens of other tourists to show up. We enjoyed listening to a man playing the blues on the opposite corner from Standin on the Corner Park. He incorporated us and our dogs into his performance. We popped into a dog-friendly souvenir shop across the street and picked up a couple of Take It Easy and Route 66 themed t-shirts. Not surprisingly, the music playing inside the store was Eagles only. I did, however, unintentionally stir up some controversy while paying for our t-shirts. I tried making some small talk with the clerk by mentioning the Flagstaff connection to the famous song. She was not amused, tersely exclaiming that Flagstaff had nothing to do with Take It Easy. She also took the opportunity to besmirch the owner of the Dog Haus for claiming otherwise. So I guess Winslow is rather protective of the song that has become its claim to fame. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1570, Spanish Jesuits land in present-day Virginia and establish the short-lived Ahakan Mission. In 1608, more than a year after Jamestown's founding, John Smith is elected council president. In 1813, during the War of 1812, U.S. Captain Oliver Hazard Perry defeats the British on Lake Erie. In 1897, a 25-year-old London cabbie becomes the first person ever arrested for drunk driving. In 1919, New York City holds a parade to welcome home World War I General Pershing and his soldiers. In 1991, Nirvana releases its landmark single Smells Like Teen Spirit, transforming rock music. In 2023, divers discover the wreck of the Akagi, one of 4 Japanese carriers sunk at the Battle of Midway. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. A train caught fire and damaged which famous tunnel on September 11th, 2008? The Eisenhower Tunnel, the Channel Tunnel, the Gothard Base Tunnel, or the Staple Bend Tunnel? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right next time on Today in History. You made it through Today in History. Nice work. Now treat yourself. Click the video on the right for what happened yesterday in history. Still can't get enough? The link on the left's got the whole playlist buffet. Want to make history a daily habit? Click my face in the middle to subscribe.